on how to ethically steal your top competition's website traffic. That's right, we're going to be talking about how to steal ethically your competition's website traffic. Before we get started, go ahead and listen to some of this music. I'm going to start dropping this live into some of the groups, but I will be right back. All right, guys, we're about ready. All right, guys, I have a whole SOP or standard operating procedure for this tactic. So we're going to be using a couple of tools. I have a spreadsheet for you. I have a standard operating procedure for you that outlines everything step by step. And the only tool we're going to be using is SEMrush. You can also use Ahrefs for this. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So the SOP, essentially pretty simple, but how to ethically steal your competition's website traffic. The objective is to find low-hanging fruit or keywords that we can create content for and that we can rank for generally within less than a few weeks. Okay, this is not in maps. This will be in organic. Sometimes it does pop up in maps, but a lot of times it will pop up in organic. There are many times when we do this, you'll rank in less than a week, but at least less than a month whenever we do this. And I'm going to go through this step by step. Like I said, we're going to be using SEMrush. We'll also use my hack, if you will, template, which just outlines everything for you, and my SOP. If you would like these SOPs and these template, simply comment below, say give it to me or mine, and I will send it to you. I am doing good, Bob. So, all right, first steps first. Let's take anybody. You could take anybody you want. Let's go to Google, and we're just going to look up, let's say, junk removal, Houston in this case. So we could go with 1-800-GOT-JUNK or College Hunks or any of these, but I want to go after, this is an LSA ad, but this guy, let's say, so I'm in Houston. Let's say this guy, the junk lady, is number one, right? Let's just assume that this person is number one. We've already known it. We've already looked up everybody. And I simply go over to their website. I grab their website link. Now, if I had ran a GeoGrid report and I seen who's actually number one, I know it's these people in the top three. Then I go over here to SEMrush and I simply enter in their domain name, okay, to pull it. Now, there's some other things we can do as well, which we'll talk about the sitemap hack on another day. But to steal their traffic, I'm looking at them. They got 51 keywords, right? But who's my top competition? And I could say my own domain name. Let's say my own domain name was, let's take this guy. My own domain was this. If this is your domain name, all you got to do is grab it. Once you grab it, then you come over to SEMrush. Once I go over to SEMrush, all I'm doing is dropping my domain name in there, and I'm like, okay, which of all these people who are my top competition, I'm not really giving a crap about my traffic or any of this. What I'm looking for is who's the top competitors in my niche in my specific city. Okay, in my specific city, as you can see here, is going to be main competitors is Rapid Cleanout, is Nick's Junk Removal, is AMG Junk, and Junk Gone Today, and Black Diamond. So what I will simply do is click on that link, the first one, and then I will download or click View Details, right? And then I'm going to download all of their keywords. And we're going to do this live so you kind of see what we're going to do. But you're going to download their keywords. And we simply hit export. I want every keyword, but pay attention here. The keywords we're mainly looking at is I'm looking for keywords with a low density, 20 or below. Competitive density, keyword difficulty is going to be low. Okay. I don't want to go after the high ones. The higher it is, oranges, reds, and if you will, yellows are all going to be hard to rank for, going to require a lot of backlinks, proper content, and proper silo and structure. The ones that are usually the dark greens down here, very easy. Your chance of ranking is just by doing new pages, right? When it gets into the lighter green, you're going to need good quality content and supporting content. Whenever it gets into the yellows and etc. up here, it's going to be much more links, proper content, proper structure, actual, if you will, SEO, not just publishing content. But first things first, we're going to download this Excel sheet, all of them, all of their keywords. Then I'll go back and I'll simply go to the next competitor, right? That's all I'm literally going to do. I just simply keep going to this competitor, the top 5 competitors for this specific business. We're pretending this is my business, even though it's not. All right, the next one is going to be, in this case, is going to be Nick's. You just pull each and every one of them, right? Specifically like junk one day today. This is a good one. He's got 1,000 keywords. We have view details, and we export all of his keywords. Export all of them. Then we go back again, and we do that for his main competitors. All of these guys right here. And then we can go grab his keywords, obviously. And then I'm going to export them. This process will take about an hour just to, if you will, organize everything. But once we got it, you'll see it's pretty simple, It's a pretty simple process. And then once I have this done, all I'm going to do is then in turn give this to my VA or my virtual assistant or my in-house staff and have them put it all together. That's all I'm going to do. And then once I've put it together, I'm going to give it to them. They're going to write blogs about it. They're going to create pages, etc. I have the whole SOP for you, but for right now, we're just simply downloading these keywords. So step one in the SOP is you're going to need SEMrush, Google Sheets, the template, which I give you here, and website content management systems such as WordPress. The procedure is simply going to your website, copying your client's URL, open up SEMrush, paste the URL into the SEMrush taskbar like we already showed you, which is up here, right? Then after we do that, review the organic search results, which is going to be all of this, right? Then in SEMrush competition section, take the top 3 to top 5 competitors, and you're going to download and export all of their keywords into a CSV file. You want to repeat that for at least 3 to 5 of the top competition. Now we're going to go into the actual sheet or our template, and we're going to organize it. Okay, by organize it, simply we're going to copy, if you will, this tab right here. I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to show you how to do this and say, you can name it whatever you want. And then I'm simply going to delete all of this stuff right here because obviously we're going to be putting new information here, right? So now we have a completely blank template, doesn't have anything in here, and we're going to start uploading the sheets that we just downloaded simply so we can get everything organized. So first one's going to be this guy right here. The only thing I'm interested in is the keyword competitiveness. How hard is it to rank for the keyword difficulty? That's all I care about. The rest of this, I could care less for it. I don't care about any of this other stuff. I don't care about the CPC. I don't care about what position it's currently in, any of that, because I'm going to run my own reports to find that. Now, once I do this, I'm going to delete this, and then of course we'll organize this. How do you organize it? So we're going to select both tabs like this, columns, and we're going to hit data, and then we're going to sort the range from A to Z, or in this case, from, let's do this real quick. Sort range, column. I'm not the best at Excel, but sort range from, do this column right here. And you can actually do it in actually, if you will, your SEMrush. But what we only want the keywords that are, in my case, what I stick with is 20 or below. So now I'm just going to take all of these keywords right here, copy them, go to the template, and I'm simply going to drop them in here. All right, then I'm going to do the next sheet, and the next sheet, and the next sheet, and the next sheet. So we're going to do the next sheet and show you how to do that and go from there as well. So the next sheet, all we're going to do is go over here. I'm going to upload it once again. So I already did this first one. Let's do the next one. So the goal is to organize it. And then once we do this, you can either give your VA, virtual assistant, or staff this SOP and this video recording and have them do it, or you can do it yourself. It's up to you. But ultimately, it's rather simple to do this. It's not that difficult. Then once you give it to whoever you want to give it to, it's going to be organized. Once you organize it, then you're going to then take this and use it to write blogs, pages, etc. And we go over all of that. So as I said, 20 and below. So any of these right here, all the way back up. And now you're going to say, so, well, William, what happens when you get duplicate duplicate keywords from each of the competition? We'll deal with that. We will get those, but we'll deal with that. It's not that hard to do. So what we'll do is next, of course, we're going to upload the next competitor. So I got 4 of them all together. And once we're done, you'll see that the process is rather simple. It's not that difficult to do this, especially when you have the SOPs and you have the templates, because it's already made. These are the same templates and everything that I use for my own in-house process, as well as my own staff. So select that, go to data, sort the range, A to Z. So, and a lot of these is like this. Junk removal Cleveland prices, right? Its keyword difficulty is real low and they're really easy to rank for. What's crazy, and I find all the time, is so many people that supposedly do SEO don't ever even rank these keywords. They might be getting 10 views or 10 website visitors, 100 website visitors, whatever, but they're not even doing the basics of the type of traffic they could be stealing from their competitors, as well as rankings they could be getting, but doing simple little things like this. This is specifically a hack for organic, if you will, organic rankings. This is not for maps. Can it work in maps? Yes, it will help you in maps, but it's specifically for organic rankings on Google and the search engines. So let's delete this. And then, of course, we're going to select column B again. We're going to go data, sort the sheet A to Z. Voila. And we're just going to select 20 and below. And then we're going to go back to our template again, and we're going to drop these in. Now, first things first, after we do this, of course, we're going to have some duplicates and all that stuff. So what do we want to do? We want to get rid of any duplicates. So we're going to select all of, if you will, this column and this column, and we're going to go data cleanup, remove duplicates. That's very simple. It's not hard, already done. You remove 212. We have 479 pages that we're going to need to be able to create. All right, so 479 pages to create. 479 variations of keywords. Imagine if you can get ranked for 479 different variations. Now, all of these are low difficulty. I mean, we can organize this right here real quick. Just for example, let me shut this down real quick. And then you can go this, and we can organize it, right? Or we just leave it like this. You can sort it 0 to 20. Let me do this, cut this, if you will, cut this, cut. All right, so, we can take this and sort it. Data, sort range, A to Z, or whatever is going to make your life easier. In my case, I would say take this and go data, sort the sheet A to Z, and now it's all sorted. So now you have all your keywords and everything sorted, right? It's 0 through 20. Why we do that and why do we have this sheet? So to answer your question, we have this sheet so we can know what's ranking, what's the keyword, what was the keyword difficulty, and then are we ranking for it? We want to track our progress. As we create the page, we want to then put the link here after we've created the page. So first off, for example, you create a page for a dumpster for garage cleanout. We're going to create a page with about 1,500 words of content. And we use AI or ChatGPT and some other combinations to create the content. Then after we create the page, now this page is not going to go into your menu. So for example, if I was creating the page for this website right here, I would not be putting this in the menu. So when we create this page right here that we're going to create for this keyword is not going to go into this menu. Okay, it's going to be in the back end. Google can see it. Google's, if you will, spiders can crawl it. It will rank, but I'm not putting it in the menu. All right, so we did all this. We combined, we refined all of the keywords in this up. Now next step is we create the targeted page. We create a dedicated landing page. You do not add it into your website menu. You optimize the headers, the tags, the keyword placement, internal linking. Same thing you always do as far as SEO. Nothing right? The next step, which is also inside of your template, is you're going to build out 10 supporting blog contents. These don't have to be any specific link, but I prefer stuff that's at least 1,000 to 1,500 words. Okay. Once I've done that, I obviously have the supporting content. Those are created as blog posts. Those are created as blog posts, not pages. And yes, there is a difference inside WordPress. Okay. Once you do the post, obviously you're going to optimize the meta headers, the tags, the hyperlinks, and that hyperlink for the article, for example, when I write the blog post, the actual text that you're going to use hyperlink back or internally link back to that page is going to be dumpster for garage cleanout. All right. Dumpster for garage cleanout. And then once we do that, we're obviously all supporting articles are SEO optimized. And then once we've done that, the next thing is we're going to use a rank tracker to say, okay, where is this keyword in Google Maps? We want to track that. And then we also want to track organic. So what do I use? I use Local Dominator to track all my organic. And then I also use this other little tool that you can use. You can actually go get one for free. Link Assistant. So Link Assistant, you can download a free version or get a paid version. The free version, of course, you're only going to do one project. You're not going to be able to print out reports and stuff of that nature, but it'd be good enough to start. And then what I do is I use Local Dominator for my maps, right, to track my map rankings. And then I will put those on this sheet right here in my reports right here. So I'll track my maps and I'll know exactly where I'm ranking, and I will run this at least once a month and track what's happening. And then what will happen is all these keywords has a potential to steal thousands of website visits from your competition. So once again, if you'd like my SOP, which we went over today in class, or if you want this SOP right here, and it also comes along with, if you will, our template in which we go over exactly what to do as far as step by step, how to organize this, where's all the keywords, the content, the blog posts, your current position in maps and organic. If you would like that, then just simply comment below and I will get it over to you. This is a quick one for today. So we were just kind of want to show you how we ethically steal someone's competition, their traffic, if you will. So you can go in and steal their, if you wanted to look at it. So for example, let's just go and show you one last thing. We'll go back to SEMrush real quick and I'll show you this. You can take any large, like 1-800-GOT-JUNK, right? That's a huge one for the junk removal space. So let's just say we're going to say, all right, 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I want to steal their traffic. How do I do it? So I type in, like we just went over, their domain name, and you're going to see down here, and it will say, well, they have 100,000 plus keywords that they rank for, but only 9,000 or about 9,500 of those are actually on page one. So there are over 95,000 keywords we could actually steal rankings for. And let me show you why you would want to do that. So for example, if we downloaded, if you will, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we went to all of their keywords and said, okay, there's 95,000 keywords we can take traffic from, right? If you downloaded this Excel sheet and just organized it by traffic, like there's so much potential traffic here that you would get from this client. It's insane. So we download it, we go over here, we go file upload, and we're going to do 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is just a prime example. 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Junk King is good ones to go steal traffic from because they're usually big boys, big franchises in any city. Doesn't matter who you are. So what we want to do, so obviously keyword difficulty. This is, if you will, traffic cost and the amount of traffic that you could possibly get from it. This is the search volume. They're getting this amount of traffic, but the search volume that you could possibly get is this. So this is what we were caring about. We don't care about the rest of it. So this through this we can delete. And then this and this we can delete, right? So what I want to do now is organize the sheet like we did earlier. But this time I'm going to organize it. This is the keyword difficulty, sort range A to Z. So what I want to show you is about how much traffic could you possibly steal from them. Just for example. So this is 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and they got a lot of, if you will, pages that just are nowhere to be found in the top 20. And this happens with not just them, but everybody, right? A lot of people don't focus on these because they think, oh, it's just, 50 keywords. It's just 50 traffic, right? Not much. I don't really care about that. And then they're bleeding out traffic, basically. They're bleeding customers. So we deleted anything that was 20 and above or 21 and above. But let's just say, okay, this is their potential traffic. So how do we figure out how much potential traffic? If I was to create pages for all this, yes, even if it's 1-800-GOT-JUNK review, I will create a page for that bitch because people will be looking for those terms and I want to create pages for them because you go some, and then we're going to take, this is all the potential traffic that we could get. So imagine it's over 3,000 pages. It's like around 4,000 worth of pages. All that potential traffic just sitting there saying, please come take me. It's insane. So imagine if you create all this. Of course, it's a lot of blogs, a lot of supporting content. It takes a lot of work, and that's why we rank for people all the time. But you take all that, it's a summary. 667,000 in potential traffic, 3,400 keywords. That is huge. And it's just sitting there waiting for someone to come along and take it. Literally. So, of course, if you're in a specific city, we're not going to include cities and stuff like this, and we'll get rid of some of this. But a lot of it is going to be included, and you're going to get over 600,000 in traffic a month just by potentially going after all these keywords like metal haulers, um, removal of couch, stuff that most of them aren't even ranking for. They're in the top 20, but they're not in the top 10. So that's what we want to do. So hopefully you enjoyed this video today. Once again, if you want my SOP, if you want the cheat sheet, just comment below whether you're watching the replay or if you're inside Rank Fortress Academy. If you don't know what Rank Fortress Academy is, simply go over to rankfortress.com and you will see in the top right hand corner where it says join Rank Fortress Academy. Just simply click on that to join Rank Fortress Academy. Rank Fortress Academy, we have classes in there. We also have other SOPs, etc., where you can come in and learn how to rank on Google. We have several classes. If you go in our classroom, we have junk removal, virtual assistant, white label SEO, and G-Stacks. And we'll also put some other classes in there as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I appreciate your time. Until next time, you guys